have been getting a ton of questions about our recent video about Toyota Tacoma's pricing versus some of the other trucks on the market. And the common question I've been getting emailed is, could we discuss more about what we mean about resale versus compound interest? So I have prepared, I think, something that is quite compelling and very interesting for anyone who's concerned about buying another brand over a Toyota Tacoma. Is resale value really better than compound interest in the long run? So why don't we take a look at the actual numbers and see if resale is really what you should be concerned about. Try to keep this comparison, resale versus compound interest, as simple as possible using the least amount of variables as possible for this math equation. So to keep that in the spirit of simplicity, we are going to be comparing two different Tacomas to the winner of our last video, which was the Ford Ranger XLT. So the first truck we're going to be showing off is going to be the 24 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road Premium package. And then the second Tacoma, to keep things a little bit on the cheaper side, is going to be your Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road with just the automatic and the upgrade package. Those are the ones that we have been seeing the most coming onto the lots, or will be coming onto the lots here in the near future. And so we thought that that was a pretty fair comparison. So let me show you the builds and then we'll get into it. Here are the two Tacomas that we're going to be putting against the Ford Ranger XLT. However, the XLT is going to be that high package in order to get some of those upgraded features as close as we could possibly be by being with two different manufacturers. So the first one is going to be our Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road Automatic with a premium package. As you can see, we did not pick a color. We are going with bronze oxide to keep it simple. We are doing the TRD Off-Road Premium package, which runs $8,800, with the only added accessory is your all-weather floor liners with processing and handling. Comes out to $53,374. What's included in your premium package? Well, you do get those heated and ventilated 8-power-way seats. You get a leather trimmed steering wheel, the bigger display, you get a speaker, you get towing, pretty much everything that you could possibly want. Please note that we are not including the sway bar disconnect on any of these packages. That is a different package which will cost you another $1,200. Now, this is the TRD Off-Road, the more affordable upgrade package, which affordable is a relative term in today's world. So this is your automatic transmission in bronze oxide, the same one. We are just doing the upgrade package with the floor liners, and that comes out to $49,934. Now what's included? I think that this is a very important note. Now we won't know if it doesn't come with heated seats until we see them at the dealerships. At this point, I've seen it listed both ways. This is officially the verbiage from Toyota's website though. It is an 8-way power adjustable seat. It does not say heated anywhere in this description. So please keep that in mind if you are comparing trims of vehicles, because the Ranger will come with heated seats. You get your leather trimmed heated steering wheel. Heated steering wheel, not heated seats. So we'll have to see what happens when they hit the lot, if that description is accurate or not. You do get your trailer brake controller. Important note, to get your trailer brake controller on the Toyotas, you have to get one of the packages. It cannot be purchased separately as an accessory like the other brands. Here is our Ranger build. It is a little bit different just because what we have on here is we are doing the high package. So the total for all of this is going to be your $45,895. But let's see what's included in those packages. So you get your standard plus your high group. You get a 10-way power adjustable driving seat, and you get an 8-hour powered front passenger seat, which is great. You get heated seats, a power sliding rear window. You do get that center display stack, but that is standard on the Ranger in general. You don't get the dual climate control until you hit the premium package. So the Ranger does have a few more amenities than the current Toyota Tacoma generation. That was standard on the 23s. So if dual climate control is something you want at a lower price point, you better try to find a 23 while you can. Now, our selected packages to equal our price is the Ethics Off-Road package, which pretty much makes it equivalent to a TRD Off-Road. You still get that selectable rear locker, which is great. You come with off-road tires, you get terrain management system, which is pretty much like MTS. And that will run you $1,295. Now, we also selected the all-weather floor mats, which is $160, so a little bit less than the Toyota Tacoma. Now, this is the package you could go either way on. We went with the more expensive package to make it a little bit, I'd say a little pricier for the Ford to spec it the way some people would spec it. Personally, I would go with the technology package with just the regular towing package and not get the advanced. But here we are. We built this one just for fun. So trailer tow package, you get the brake controller. The thing that this comes with, which makes me wonder if you would build it this way at all, is you do get that auto park assist, which it basically helps you, has a little turn knob for your trailer and whatnot. It says not available with the technology package, advanced towing, because those are included in this. The only thing you're getting added is that special trailering package. So the full options are $4,705. So here is the breakdown between the prices. The TRD Off-Road Premium is going to cost you $53,374. The TRD Off-Road Upgrade is going to cost you $49,934, and the Ford Ranger XLT High with the FX4 package is going to cost you $45,895. So for the sake of our comparisons, those are the numbers and bills that we will be doing today. So here are our assumptions, and honestly, these numbers can change. You can do your own math after you start thinking about it. So our assumptions are the following: an interest rate of 8%, a loan term of 72 months, which is the standard loan that people are using in the United States today. We are assuming that you are making a $5,000 down payment no matter which vehicle that you are doing. Your tax rate is a 6%, and the titles and fees and dealer handling fees are $750, which seems to be pretty standard in the area that we live in. Now let's talk, and we're gonna focus on your 2024 TRD Off-Road Premium first. So let's cover those numbers. So if you were to use all these assumptions and walking out the door, your total loan amount would be $52,326.44. The interest cost over the entire duration of the loan, should you do the full 72 months, which is the assumption we will be using, is $13,730.11. That's a lot of interest. For a total cost of $66,056.55. That can add up pretty quickly now, can it? So what does that total monthly payment look like? Well, your total monthly payment is going to run you $917.45.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And this, for the record, so everyone is aware, we are not using any insurance costs in this calculation. We are not going to be using any license plates calculation because that varies so much between the states that you live in. Next, we're moving on to the 24 Tacoma TRD Off-Road Automatic Upgrade Package. So with that total loan amount, with all that money down, is $48,680.04 is what you walk away from the dealership owing. Your interest cost for this truck is going to run you $12,773.32. For a total cost in those 72 months of $61,456.36, with a grand total monthly payment of $853.52. So now we have the Tacoma numbers. Let's find out what the Ranger numbers are. So if you put all that same information down, your loan amount for your Ford Ranger will be $44,398.70. with an interest cost of $11,649.92, with a total cost of $56,048.62, for a grand total of $778.45 per month. So just looking at the monthly payments, by purchasing the Ranger, you could potentially save a lot of money. Of course, if you are able to buy these vehicles cash, that would be highly recommended if you are capable of doing so. It will save you a ton of money in interest if you can pay off a vehicle cash. If not, this is kind of what you're looking at today's market with the current interest rates that are available, at least in our state. Now let's get into the actual resale value of each of these specific pickup trucks. The information is based on historical averages that we were able to obtain by going to caredge.com. So if you want to look up your specific vehicle or trim that you are going to build and kind of get yourself an estimate, these are based on the 2nd gen and 3rd gen for the Tacomas, and obviously for the older generations of the Ranger. I'm going to focus on the Toyota Tacoma Premium first. With our total cost for everything out, this is what we owe with interest, is $66,56.55. We put the actual sale value into this resale calculator. By just driving off the lot, just like everything else, you are going to be losing at least almost 9% of value by driving off that lot. That's why if you can pay cash, you should, because it's quite a bit of a hit. Once you lose that money, you are instantly down to $48,885 with 12,000 miles is the average. And honestly, when we're talking resale value, we're not talking about the value that you are seeing when you go to the lot and you're gonna go purchase one. That is dealership value that they are putting on that truck. That is not what you are going to get. If you sell a vehicle private party, that is more what these numbers are, or if you're trading it in. So keep that in mind, that in the last couple of years, people have gotten really confused over the fact that I can sell my Tacoma for brand new price. No, you cannot. The dealership can sell it for brand new price. You will still be less than when you bought it new. Now, of course, that was different during 2020 and 2021. That was pretty true, but now we're seeing things go back to historic levels where you are going to get the low Kelley Blue Book number offer versus the high Kelley Blue Book offer. If you want to go with private party, that's the way to maximize your resale. So just that disclaimer as we continue through these numbers. So as you can see, by the time we get to year 10, your Tacoma's value has quite disintegrated quite a lot. So the 10-year resale value on this premium is $24,236.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Let's move on to the upgrade. The upgrade, your total cost with your interest, remember, is $61,456.36. You have the same residual value calculator used here since they are the similar model. They just have different packages. So your 10-year resale on this one is $22,674. Well, what about the Ranger? The Ranger is really that oddball here. Historically, the Ranger has lower resale, but you also purchased it for less. So your total cost is $56,048.62. Your residual value, if you look at year 1, is actually higher than the Toyota Tacoma. That is surprising. So if you were to sell your Ranger during year 1 versus the Tacoma year 1, historically, you're actually going to be better on your Ranger. I thought that that was super interesting, and you stay pretty high actually for the first 5 years. Trust me, my mind is blown here because I've always heard that Tacomas have the best resale value, but historically and mathematically, apparently that might not be true. Go down to the 10-year mark, yes, you are going to be lower. You have a 44.59% of residual value, which ends up being $20,465. In 10 years, the Ranger has a 0.82% difference than the Tacoma. Cover the Ford numbers that we're going to be comparing for these resale value versus Ford. Your starting price is $45,895 with a total 72-month cost of $56,048.62. Estimated maintenance cost is $10,045. with $66,093.62 is what the Ford will cost you during that 10-year period. Side note on the maintenance cost estimates. In our experience, owning several different truck brands over the year, we've owned Fords, Rams, Toyotas, a Nissan, and Chevys. We've owned pretty much every major brand. Now the thing is none of them have ever come out ahead on maintenance in our experience. The Toyota Tacoma does come with your 2-year Toyota care plan. I can't remember what they call it. But honestly, it's a 10,000 mile oil change. And if you listen to any of the mechanics online, they do not recommend going 10,000 miles on your oil change, even if you're in a Toyota Tacoma. They say they like about 7,000 to 8,000 tops, especially if you're off-roading. You should probably change that more often. Personally, we like to take care of our own. Dane is really a big stickler when it comes to maintenance on the vehicles, and he writes down everything he does. He puts down what oil filter it was. He's got costs and everything, and none of them come out ahead of each other. So as far as these maintenance costs you're seeing online, please be mindful about those, just because in our personal experience, the Tacomas aren't any better than any of the other vehicles that we've owned. Here are our 10-year numbers with those assumptions that we were speaking about before. So let's go to the premium first. The starting price was $53,374. Your 72-month cost is $66,056.55. According to online, we're using online numbers that we found through Google, your historic maintenance cost for those 10 years will be $6,420. For a grand total of 10 years of $72,476.55. That is a difference from the XLT high of $6,382.63. And then premium resale is $24,236. That's $3,771 over the Ford 10-year resale. But you are still, just between resale value, cost, and everything, you are still going to have $2,611.93 less value overall than the Ford. So let's move on to the upgrade package. Your upgrade starting price, remember, was $49,934. That 72-month cost is $61,456.36. Maintenance cost is the same on the other one, for a grand total of $67,876.36, for an XLT difference of $1,782.74. Your resale value for your upgrade package is $22,674. That is $2,209 more than the Ford, which makes this a grand total of 10-year savings, including everything, $426.26 more than the Ford Ranger. I think that these numbers are interesting, that over a 10-year period, you could potentially save more money than the Ford on the upgrade package, but it's only $400 and some change.
Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What you're really here for is the compound interest. Is compound interest really worth it over resale value? We've seen the resale value. You could go with the upgrade package, and with maintenance costs, interest, and everything, still end up $426 more than the Ford Ranger in 10 years. But what about if you decided that you were going to be diligent and you were going to save your payment difference? Well, let's go through those assumptions, shall we? We're going to start out with the Premium versus the Ranger on this one. And for each of these, we're going to use the following factor. You are not putting any money down. You put the $5,000 down on the truck before. You don't have anything extra to start your initial deposit into whatever savings vessel you decided. We're only going to be taking your monthly payment difference, which for the Premium is $139. We are going to be estimating a 10-year growth period, with an estimated return rate of 5% with a compound period of it being monthly. Now, it is important to know that the S&P 500 for the last 10 years has an average return rate of 12.39%. When adjusted for inflation, that is 9.48%. So that is a lot higher than the 5% we're using, so we feel that the 5% for now is being pretty conservative with this number. Just invest that payment, the principal alone, so I earn nothing. My principal savings is $16,680. If I gain that 5% interest over that 10-year period, is $4,904 for a 10-year total of $21,584 that I could potentially earn by just investing my payment difference from the Toyota Tacoma Premium from the XLT Ranger. Just something to think about. Now let's go to the other one. The upgrade versus the Ranger. Same assumptions, except for our payment difference is only $75. So most people can waste $75 easily within a week, not even thinking about it. Our principal earnings in 10 years on $75 monthly investment is $9,000. If we accrue interest on that, that is $2,646. Grand total with interest and principal is going to be $11,646. That's a lot of savings in my mind. Like, even if I just put it underneath my mattress, if I put $75 under my mattress, I could be saving $9,000 that I wasn't putting towards interest and paying off a more expensive truck. Just saying. Let's recap what we have here. So the Premium versus the Ranger. We ended up with that resale value of from 10 years it was in the hole $2,600. The upgrade was in the positive of $426. So let's take a better look at the resale versus compound strategy here. So my principal earnings from my savings of that payment was $16,680. We're going to minus the resale difference, and that is going to be $12,909 from what we would have potentially earned. The interest we accrued on our investment was $4,904 for a 10-year total of $21,584. Now, if we just minus that off of our earnings, our resale difference, that's $17,813. So we subtracted it once up here so you could see if you did absolutely nothing. If you accrued interest, then this is the difference down here. We did not subtract this twice. So our total possible savings by buying the XLT and being smart with our money is $17,813. That is almost buying another used Tacoma at that point. Just saying. So now let's go to the upgrade. Maybe the upgrade fared a lot better compared to the Premium. Maybe the Premium is the problem here. Maybe we all should be buying kind of a mid-grade model or lower grade model. So just your principal earning from that other slide is $9,000. If you minus that resale of $2,209, it's going to be $6,791 if you stuffed it in your mattress. That's pretty good. If you actually got the 5% return, that's $2,646. So that would be your total of $11,646. With the minus resale difference, just like what we did up here, that's going to be $9,437. So your total possible savings is like almost $9,500 if you bought the Ranger versus the upgrade. Yikes. That is crazy. First, the smartest option here is to pay cash for it and then put that money that you're not putting in a payment in an investment fund. You need a car loan and you're gonna do a 72-month term. Honestly, unless you really, really want a Toyota Tacoma and you are just trying to have a nice truck that you believe is gonna be reliable, then maybe you should take a look at some of the other brands. You could apply the Chevy Colorado into this, the Nissan Frontier, and come up with similar results. But the answer to me here is pretty clear that if I am not a fanboy and I'm just looking for an off-road pickup truck that's gonna take me amazing places and I wanna save money in the long run, I probably would pick the Ford Ranger over the Toyota Tacoma. I love Tacomas. Like, they're amazing. They're great trucks, but with the new model, I can't honestly say that it is the smartest financial decision when you're buying a new vehicle. Now, if you put the 23 numbers in here, you're going to come out a lot closer to that Ranger, in all honesty, because a lot of the 23s that we're seeing are around right now are about the mid-40s, which is where the Ranger is sitting. So with everything normalizing, maybe you could save some money and pick up a Toyota Tacoma when it's 3 or 4 years old before they start just maintaining resale value a little better. That might be a great option if you're looking to get a Toyota Tacoma. Some things to think about. If you like videos like these, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you want to see other videos, other comparisons, please leave that in the comments down below, and we will try to get to them and make a video for you. This has kind of been a little different for us, and it's kind of been fun. So we will hopefully talk to you later and see you hopefully out there on the trails. Bye for now.